Hi everybody, and welcome to video 15 in our Steampunk Journey series. We're using two kits together, and that's Nautical Steampunk and also Steampunk Trains, and they're both by Victoria Designs. Of course, once again, that you can use whatever kits that you like that are steampunk, or you can use it for any theme that you like. The whole point is just to show you how to put together the series of books. Now, we've already done our 4x6 ring bound, and we've already done our 5.5 by 11 1/4 slim book. The reason 5.5 is slim is because that includes the tabs. So the actual journal is only about 4.5 to 4 3/4, something like that. Okay, so now when we left off, we were on page 1 still, and that's because it's the first page in the book, and I wanted it to have, you know, a couple of features. And so we had some trouble in the first video, and I had to correct some things. So let's hope that we can get going on this and get it finished. I also have papers set out for page 2, so hopefully we'll get to that. All right, let's make a card for the CD envelope, and I want to make sure this part goes in the window, so I'm going to put this part in the bottom to make sure that we keep it, and then I'll mark this up here and get an idea of where we're going to cut it off for the top. Now this one is going to have a tab, and since it's the first page of the book, we will also be able to put a charm on it. Actually, we won't. Yeah, that fits in there good. All right, so let's mark it because it's going to be underneath. We will on the envelope. We'll still be putting a tab on this, though. Well, that worked out well. That method works out really well for estimating the height. Okay, looks like we have to cut just a little bit more off. Come on. Is that enough? No, that's enough. I don't know what I was thinking. I almost made it too small. This is one of the papers from the stack when I had sorted them that had an image that filled the top or the bottom at least third of the page, and that's where I got that from. So let's ink it. Yes, I almost forgot to ink the back. And yes, my cable is still out. I'm recording this on the same day as I recorded 14. I'll probably record 16 as well. Gives me something to do when I can't watch anything but DVDs. Which I'm watching Dreamcatcher right now, which is pretty good. I love Stephen King movies, most of them. Some of them don't translate very well into movies, the ones that are, you know, mental fear more than anything. There's nothing really to put in the movie that shows what the person is going through because it's all in their head. It's kind of hard to make it into a movie. I think that was where it had a little bit of trouble. Misery turned out fine. That was a good movie. I think Rose Red was a good one. Anyway, so I'm watching that. Then, of course, I've got the 3 Hobbit movies that'll take me 9 hours to watch or sleep through or whatever. Start over and over. And I'm coloring these so they're not so bright cream. I don't know why I wasn't just doing this in the first place. Just fold it in half. I have a die that cuts these out. I got it on Temu. And I see people put a whole lot of glue on these, and you don't really need it. One side you need to put glue on the full side, because that's going to glue the tab and this to the card, both. Then on this side you just need to do the tail part, because that's what's going to hold it to the page on the other side. Alright, I'm going to eyeball the center. I don't know why that looks crooked. I guess this one didn't cut out that well, plus I didn't fold it that well. You don't want to push or pull on it while it's still damp. But I am going to put it in there. Okay, so that's that one. Now let's go to the envelope part where we still had a bit left to do. Okay, this is the pocket. This is the back of the envelope. We need to ink it. I had just cut this when we left off last time. Or we had partially cut it. I don't remember. But we have the inside done. It's just going to be this like that. And then this will just go on the back and it will glue to here. And actually, yeah, no, we don't want to glue these down to this. Sure we do. Let's glue these to this. Just to hold it flatter in the back. Yep, I couldn't stand it. Had to put the paper clips away when I looked up and saw them. Okay. That's the top. And we don't want this paper to show. Come on. So we want to glue this to the edge of that inside paper. You want it to glue this shut. If it doesn't, we'll have to manually glue it shut. Yeah. You definitely don't want the back side open. And this is so narrow. I cut it a little bit narrow because I forgot I needed to move it all the way over. Well, that's all close though. Yep, I'm gonna have to take these off. My hands are too cold. I'm gonna put this on. Now I know we were going to do all nautical on this, but I don't really have a choice but to use this in the corner here for the card. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn the card upside down, and then we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put it in here. If I can get my fingernail in there, we're going to put it in here. Oops, I had it. Because we want to save this part. You know, we're going to have to cut some off the bottom. Let's just go ahead and cut 3/8 of an inch off the bottom. It's pretty hard on this trimmer. Alright, so I eyeballed it. Okay, now we're going to turn it upside down. And put it in there. Yeah, now when we cut it, we've got the whole lady in there. Now, this is going to be too wide and she's going to stick out, but we don't want to cut her off. We want her to be in this window. So we're going to turn her around just to cut the width. And we're going to oops, I'm on the last little bit of lead on my pencil. It's not catching. When I push down to write, it goes right in. I've got another one. Oh, let me grab it. I use it with my scan and cut for when I have to outline things. Okay. I was hoping we would cut more of the train off, but oh well, she's taking the train to catch the boat. So now we'll put it in the correct way. Good grief. She's still a little tall in there. Darn it. If I cut her off anymore. It's not how I wanted it to turn out. I wanted it to turn out with her down here. So I cut too much off the bottom and not enough off the top. We're going to leave it this way for now. And then, yeah. Let me fix the magnet where it's supposed to be. Yeah. Okay, so now we're going to put the pocket on the bottom. Oh, that works out perfect. There's north. So the other one had an upwards pocket. This one has a regular pocket. So I'll probably reprint this page and then recut it. So I don't think I want to leave it there. I'm probably going to put this set up for sale once I get done. I'm not sure what I'm going to sell it for. It will be in my Ko-Fi shop if you want to go check and see what the 3 books together are going to go for. I've started selling my books. I didn't used to. But now I need to. I don't have any room left. And the extra little bit of money helps. It isn't that much, but can't sneeze at anything. Plus, I guess I can make a few off camera. Or maybe I'll record them. I've got a subscriber thing set up at Ko-Fi. And so far I have, by the time you see this, I will have added a 24-part lap book extravaganza video series. to the membership site, so only members will be able to watch those videos. And there's different levels of membership, things like that, like a normal membership site. There we go. Isn't it funny that I have two black pencils that are exactly the same? Of course I do, right? Okay, so for this pocket, I thought we would add these stamps. They're all inked. And then add this round card. Then we're going to put Freedom on the CD. Oh, we didn't put the tab on this. Oh, I'm going to redo it. That's why we're not putting a tab on it. So we'll put this on the front of the CD. Freedom on the C. And then I'll put some metal on it. So I want it in the center. Where were the other ones? It doesn't matter. They're in the long, slim one. Or the tall, slim one. I really don't want to cover that luggage up. Yeah, we'll just do it there. Then we've got our luggage here. If I'd have put this across the bottom, it would have covered the bottom two things with luggage on them, but I wanted to keep the CD covers consistent to some point with the three words that I had that went with it. Now this one on the front, I really like this, and I'm not sure. I'm going to wait until I get the card finished and see what I want to do. If I want to put something up here, maybe a word, or maybe a word down here. This is kind of empty. I might put the word up here and ink it and then put some cogs on it. I'm still waiting. It's Friday morning and my metal is out for delivery. So, okay, we can do the little bit that's left to do off camera, and I can do it with the page glued in the book. So let's get our base out. And this is page 1. Oh, and I didn't ink it, of course. Let's just do this one page. You know what? I need to stencil this too. So what's going to happen is I'm going to ink and stencil the papers, all 3 of them, front and back, and around, you know, around the edges and around this area here. And then I'm just going to glue this on here. Okay. And then that will be page 1. This will have a tab on it with a charm. And yeah, and then that'll be our page 1. Okay? Alright, so that's that. That's our page 1. Let's write on the back. Now you know why I don't write in cursive. Here's our stuff for page 2. pretty straightforward. Here's the paper. I've inked it. Being organized is a pain in the rear sometimes, isn't it? Okay, so we're going to have a flip up with a belly band on the underside of the flip up. So this is our paper, and I've inked that. Remember, we're going to need a 1/2 inch at the top. So this will be a 1/2 inch up from the bottom. And we want to measure the width. How wide do we want it to be? Well, we're going to have a belly band. So I would like to be as wide as maybe here. Ooh, maybe here where the writing stops. I think that would be a good place to start. And then we'll do our 1/2 inch scoring. Had nothing in my cup when I went for my cup. That is bad, bad, bad news. Okay, we're going to do a 1/2 inch. You know, you could do 3/8. 3/8 would be enough. And that's my paper trimmer that I converted into a scoreboard. It works wonderful that way. You can buy that black scoreboard scoring attachment for that paper trimmer. It's the one with the wire in it. There's a set of blades. You know how you buy the blades and there's 2 in a package? Well, you can buy one that's a blade and a scoring tool. And you definitely want to get that. It's like $8. It's the same price as a pair of blades. We're going to miter this, which is just cutting the corners at the angle, at an angle. Oh, there's the other one. I was like, I knew it was on there somewhere. And this is going to be the underside. We're not going to put it on cream paper and then paper the back side. We don't have any cream paper left, right? I don't have any internet to order any until Saturday afternoon. So, now, are we going to put it right up against the side? Well, we have to put it farther over because it's not even. There we go. And then we can see her. Or do we want to put it in the center? I say center and cover both of the ladies up. And then it'll be a surprise when you lift it up that they're there. So let's go for the center. Didn't ink this. thinking about rounding the corners on this at the bottom. I think it would look a little nicer. Okay, I'll have to ink the inside. That's why it would have been much easier if I'd remembered to do this beforehand. We also have to ink it here. How is it that that shows? Okay, now we need to put this belly band on. We're going to put it on here. This is the belly band we're going to use. Don't think we're going to make it quite that wide. I think we're going to cut it off at the clock, and then we have to flip it over so the clock is right side up. But we'll clip it right here. It's still going to be wide, but that's okay. It'll help cover up all that blank. Okay. I didn't cut that much off, but okay, let's see, how tall do we want it? No mechanical flaw. Keeps dinging even though I can't do anything about it because I have no internet. I know I could use my data, but I have one of those discounted plans. So I only pay $10 a month for unlimited talk and unlimited text. But my data is reduced. I could pay more. I could pay $25 and get unlimited data. But I'm always at home and I'm using my Wi-Fi. So I never really needed. Now I know okay, right at the top of that. You can see my mark. So I don't really need the unlimited data because I never go anywhere by choice. And I never need the data because I'm always using the Wi-Fi instead. So I don't see the need to pay the extra $15 a month. for data that I'm not going to use. It seems silly. Okay, now we're going to put this right side up for when it's open. I like this. I like the way this turned out. Okay, so we're just going to glue the top and the bottom because it's a belly band. Keep thinking I'm going to drag my sleeve through the glue. I'll put this down in the center. I cut it to leave a little bit of a gap down here because it needs to fold. Okay, it's a little off center, but it's straight. So I think I'm going to take what I can get, and I'm going to make this the writing paper for here. It's just going to have this little bit in the corner, and then it'll have this on the back that you can write on. So once again, you want to put the part you want to keep in first. Get that out from underneath. And then we'll mark it where we think we're going to need it to be. These I usually have to do a couple times. Yeah, that was good, but let's make it better. Let's cut a little bit more off of it. Make it fit in there better. Yeah. Okay, now we want to keep this part. So we put it in there. And then we want it to be just a little bit less than the size. And then I think it kind of calls for something in that upper right corner up in the top. So I'll find something and add it up there. Let's round the corners on the card, and then we'll ink it on both sides. And I probably should have put a magnet in there. Now we're going to be putting the card in and out, left to right. So we're going to... It did go right back in my hand. So we're going to put the tape for the magnet across. Sorry if you're looking at the top of my head. So that it doesn't catch when we put the paper in and out. So we're going to make sure to put the tape across. Here we go. Okay, let's re-glue this. Got lucky that Fabri-Tac gives us a couple minutes before it dries. Okay, now we'll put it down. Let's put a magnet on the back. We still could have put the magnet in there even if we had glued the flip down with the belly band down, because you can put the tape on the magnet and lift the belly band up, slide it in there, and put the magnet down if you absolutely have to. But we got lucky. Okay, so now that's done. Let's round the corners on this. Then all we have to do is ink it. I'm thinking this calls for a word or something up in the corner. Well, not necessarily the corner. We may not want it to stick out when it's under the belly band. We may want to put it like here, closer to the center. I think it does need something at the top. And write on this with a bold black pen. So this page is the train station related items. Okay, now let's glue this in the book. Oh no, we can't. We haven't inked or anything. Alright, so we're going to mark this one page 2. Alrighty, so now we've got page 1 and page 2 done. Page 1 was a little crazy. So I need to redo the card for this. We're going to have to put something up here. Maybe I'll put one of the circles up here. In my BB Craft demonstration video that I did, I made this specimen card for our steampunk project. There you go. Kind of cool. Oops. Kind of cool. So we'll use that somewhere. Let's see, what do we got? wonder if we should look at a word at the same time. I think the one that says trains would work. And when I get my metal in today, I will be able to put that on there. I'm going to try to keep up. I always say that, and then I always end up saying I'm going to do it off camera. But you guys can pretty much put your ephemera on here. Because you're going to do you know. She's waiting for her train. This is the train page. We're going to put the word trains on here, even though it's kind of obvious. We're going to go for it. Then there are other places for ephemera on here. And I will do that off camera. See, I told you I would. Have you ever looked at a word so much that it doesn't look like it's spelled correctly? Trains right now is doing that to me. Okay, so there's page 1 and page 2 of our book so far. I'm going to ink up and stencil or whatever I'm going to do. We're not going to have a big enough border to see it very much. I may just ink the edges in black and leave it at that. We'll know when I get done. So that's it for this video. I'll see you in the next video, and that will be just a second for you and a day for me. Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.